Welcome back to the program. After weeks of debate and political standoff, the Senate passes the USA Freedom Act. This after a filibuster by Republican presidential candidate Rand Paul and the expiration of key parts of the Patriot Act. One of Paul's opponents on the issue is now setting the record straight about what this means for the American people and the fight on terror. One America's Matt Schuck caught up with Senator Dan Coats and has this report from Washington.
We've had testimony from all the experts involved in this and all the outside people looking at this, basically saying it is a very essential tool to have.
The USA Freedom Act, signed into law Tuesday by President Obama, will move the storage of telephone metadata used by the National Security Agency to the phone companies, bypassing the federal government altogether. The debate between Senate Republicans and civil libertarians will continue, but Senator Dan Coats believes that this tool is essential.
You need to understand that intelligence is a collection of information from several different sources. This has been characterized and verified by those in the intelligence world as a very essential tool among many tools that help us put together a mosaic or a puzzle and reach a conclusion as to this is something we ought to be really concerned about.
Still, some argue that putting private phone records in the hands of the federal government is unconstitutional, while others say that this shouldn't be a political issue.
These are people in the government and in the Congress that are deeply concerned about the level of threat that exists today, and we're trying to do everything we can to keep the American people from harm. And so making this a political issue, I think this should transcend any kind of politics, and we ought to be talking about what it is we need to do to make sure that we live up to our obligation under the Constitution to defend this country.
Matt Schuck, One America News, Washington.